Welcome to the Journeyman's Guide, the podcast that gives you advice for your life's journey. Today, we're going to be talking about an important topic. It's about dieting. I've been struggling with my weight for a long time, so uh, I think that this is something that everybody should listen and kind of learn a bit. Today, we're going to be talking about the Whole 30. So, if you are interested in learning a bit more about the Whole 30, stay tuned. Our guest today is my sister, my lovely sister. She's not just here because she's my sister. She's here because she has a bachelor's degree in nutrition and she's a registered dietitian. So she has the degree and the certifications to be able to talk about this. So, how are you, Keila?
I'm good. I'm glad you asked me to be here.
What is it actually, the Whole 30? What does it mean? Why is 30 days instead of like 25 days or 45, or what is that? What is it?
Okay, the Whole 30 diet is basically an elimination diet. So you will be eliminating things that tend to cause, the claim is that eliminating things that tend to cause inflammation. They recommend eliminating gluten, which is pasta, breads. They also recommend eliminating grains. So no corn, no rice, no quinoa. They also recommend eliminating legumes, no soy, no beans, no peanuts are also a legume. So that's
So this is not a Puerto Rican diet, because
this is not a Hispanic
Cuban diet.
It is not a Hispanic diet, no. They also recommend eliminating dairy. That's a big one. No butter, no cheese, no sour cream, no yogurt, and no alcohol, no added sugars, no sweeteners, no. Even fructose can sometimes be questionable for them, like to sweeten things with fruits is also kind of a no-no for the diet as well. So you will be doing this for 30 days, and then after the course of 30 days, in 15 days, you'll start reintroducing things again and see how your body reacts. So you start introducing first legumes, see how your body reacts. Then you remove the legumes and introduce grains, then remove grains and introduce dairy, and finally gluten, and then see how your body reacts differently with all of this, reintroducing them again. You can also do it longer and reintroduce even slower the foods.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So there's 5 things that you cannot for 30 days, and then you start introducing one by one to see how your body's reacting.
Yes, so the goal is for overall your whole life, if this is a food that causes inflammation and causes discomfort, you can avoid it and eliminate it and see how you do.
Okay, so it's like to see you have the allergies and stuff like that. But the 5 things will be: one will be like bread, like everything that it's gluten, bread, rice, quinoa, all those things. Second one will be no beans, no peanuts, none of that. Third one will be milk, so that the dairy will be out.
No dairy.
So no yogurt, none of that. Then fourth, it's sugar. The last 2 are the hardest one, to be honest. So the fourth one is alcohol, so no beer, no whiskey, no wine, none of that. And the 5th one will be sugar. So no ice cream. Well, ice cream is dairy too, but no ice cream, no added sugar at all. What about honey? What about if I want to get like a honey or?
The goal is to remove sugar completely from your diet, and honey is a sweetener, so that would be a no-no as well. Coffee is allowed though, but you cannot sweeten or use creamer in your coffee.
So just black coffee. That's it.
Black boring coffee, yes.
Okay. Well, at least now. Okay, so after hearing all this, I feel that I cannot eat anything at all. So basically, only lettuce and tomatoes for the whole 30 days. But walk me through like what would be like a day of my day if I went to Whole 30 exactly. Like if I want to get like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, things like that.
So there are a lot of things eliminated, but there's still a lot of things that you can play with, like carbs, carbohydrates, foods that are heavily disencouraged, but you can still have some of the root vegetables, so some yuca, some boniato, all of the root vegetables, which are very popular in Hispanic diets to
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But what about baked potato?
It's not a big thing recommended in it just because of the junk food connotation of potatoes overall. So that's the main reason why it's kind of not encouraged. Also, like recreating desserts with things that are allowed in the diet, it's also disencouraged for those 30 days. So like trying to recreate pancakes with eggs and bananas, that's not super encouraged either. For you, like you're like, oh, sugars is the hardest thing, but for some people, eliminating like alcohol might be the toughest things, and some people enjoy meats more than others, so it really depends.
It will be a combination because I love donuts, so
so
yeah, a combination of sugar and other things.
Yeah. So a day would go. Usually, I would recommend somebody that's trying something like this. Eggs for breakfast, and you can saute lots of veggies. Those are not disencouraged. And with some olive oil, saute them. You could do an omelet with mushrooms, spinach, kale, tomatoes, onions. So that is okay, and make it heavy. Like if you want to add some eggs, that's not a problem. You can have eggs every day. That's fine. They also then for lunch and your coffee for morning. You don't have to take away your coffee or your green tea. That's okay as long as it's not sweetened or with creamers. You can then for dinner, lunch, you can do something similar. You can do steak for dinner with a salad, and then for lunch you could have plantains are also okay. So you can have a little a plantain in the microwave, a plantain, and make some chicken with it. So there is some freedom when it comes to these things as well. You can play around with it and make the diet with as much variety as you would like.
Now, the question, I guess the question also is, would you recommend this for someone that wants to lose weight, or would it be like another diet that you might recommend?
I would recommend it to somebody that wants to learn about themselves. I feel like there's, even if you go deep into Whole30, they even recommend for this 30 days to not weigh yourself, because the goal is to learn your eating habits, not to see what your weight loss is. So I find that very good. Just be careful, because later on I would recommend, just because you want to see where you're at. So it's just most to see what are the changes in your body. Are you getting more energy from this? Are your symptoms a little less? Just mind you, the first 2 weeks are going to be very tough for everybody, just because we're used to relying heavily on a lot of these things. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this.
We don't tend to think about it either. Like, if you're hungry, you just go ahead and get some nachos with cheese or things like that. Go to McDonald's.
Yeah, you just go and and I feel like it's a good way for you to learn about yourself and see how your body reacts to even not weighing yourself. Some people cannot not weigh themselves. It's a lot, and some people cannot be without their evening sugary desserts before going to bed. So it's a good way to examine and see how you react.
So, I guess what we're going to try to do, me and Jasmine here, to try to lose some weight, will be, well, me lose weight. She's good. But what we'll try to do is cut sugar, especially alcohol. Maybe not go a whole 30, because that sounds like something very drastic. Maybe start little by little, because I feel that if I go that drastic, I might not be able to eat. So yeah, for sure. Now,
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say thank you so much for being here with us, Keila. Thank you for bringing all that knowledge that you have. Do you have anything else that you want to say to us?
Yes, I always tell everyone, there's no perfect diet, there's no perfect human, there's just the diet and the lifestyle changes that work for you. So Whole30 could be something that you want to see and see how your body reacts, but it might not be the perfect fit for you. So just keep that in mind. Like, just because you're not successful with something doesn't mean that you will not be successful with something else. Like, what are the changes that you're seeing? Do you have more energy? Do you feel less foggy? Like, is your body feeling better? So those are like see what works the best for you and experiment with that.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Keila, for being with us. Now, if people wants to find you and follow you on Instagram, what will that be? What's your Instagram page?
You can follow me at Keilagram, which is KEILAGRAM, and that's where I'm at.
Can somebody send you like a question if they might have a question about diet or anything like that?
Yeah, feel free to DM me in Instagram and I'll get to it.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us today, guys. It's a pleasure, like always, like bringing all this information to you. Remember that the book that we're reading, or that I'm reading right now, is called The Way of the Superior Man. Once it's done, hopefully by next month, I'm gonna go ahead and give a summary of what I learned with that book. And of course, you can also follow me. My Instagram is going to be on there. If you want to follow me or ask me any questions, give me any ideas, it's always, we always like to learn. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.